All right, so guys, this is a homework question out of 1.4, and it says find all solutions by factoring. Okay, so remember, if we're going to solve a problem like this by factoring, the first thing I need to do is I need to move my 10 back to the left side. So I'm going to write this out as 3s squared minus 13s. That's going to become a minus 10 is now equal to 0. Okay, so when I'm trying to solve a problem like this by factoring, guys, the first thing I notice is that the number in front of my s squared is not a 1, it's a 3. So I'm going to use the method of grouping. I'm going to take the first number, I'm going to take the last number, I'm going to multiply them together. So 3 times negative 10, that's going to give me a negative 30. Now, I'm going to look for two numbers that multiply to negative 30, but when I add them up, I get a negative 13. So the numbers that I know multiply to 30 are 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, and 5 and 6, right? So I might be tempted to say, well, why don't I use 3 and 10 and make them both negative to get my negative 13? But if I do that, then I wouldn't get a negative 30, I'd actually get a positive 30, okay? So I don't want to use those numbers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a positive 2 and a negative 15. When I multiply them together, that'll give me a negative 30. And if I add them together, positive 2 minus 15, that's going to give me my negative 13. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to rewrite the problem. I'm going to write it like this: 3s squared plus 2s minus 15s minus 10 equals 0. So I'm going to put a box around the first two, and I'm going to say, what can I take out of both of them? I can take out the letter s, and I'm left with a 3s plus 2. Out of these two, I'm going to circle those two. I can take out a negative 5, and I'm left with a positive 3s and a positive 2. So if you notice, just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm doing here, I'm dividing these numbers here, guys, by negative 5, right? So negative 15 divided by negative 5 is a positive 3. Negative 10 divided by negative 5 is a positive 2. And the way I know I did this right is if this piece here and this piece here match up, then we're on the right track. So now I'm going to have a 3s plus 2, and then an s minus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, I'm going to set each of those factors here, each of these pieces, I'm going to set them now equal to 0. So 3s plus 2 and s minus 5, so I'm just going to go right here. 3s plus 2 and s minus 5 is equal to 0. Yeah, same as 3s plus 2, s minus 5, yep. Okay, now when I set each part equal to 0, 3s plus 2 equals 0. And s minus 5 equals 0. When I move this 2 over, that's going to give me a 3s equals a minus 2. Then I can divide both sides by 3, so I get s is equal to a negative 2/3. There's one answer. And then when I move that 5 over, I'm going to get s is equal to 5. Guys, when you're doing this in my math lab, the numbers that you'll enter in should just be negative 2/3, and then you'll just put like a comma 5, because it's going to ask you to put your answers and separate them by a comma. And I believe all you need to do is enter in this right here, okay? So anyway, just wanted to give you a heads up. If y'all got any questions, let me know. I'm happy to help.